told you that your self-limiting beliefs are what holding you back from accelerating your fitness and getting 30-inch biceps like Yelena. And it's the topic of hurt people hurt people. People that are hurt, people that are feeling, complacent, they feel down, they don't feel they're worth anything, they don't feel like they deserve anything, will eventually want to hurt you because they themselves are hurt. Okay, people that are hurt will hurt others. And so think of it like this: if you were a kid and your parents talked down onto you and they said nothing but horrible things onto you, like you're never going to amount to anything, you suck, you do this, you're not worthy, that is going to affect you as you grow up, and you eventually won't have confidence within yourself to go for the things that you want. And this is oftentimes, not your fault, because they're the ones that brought you here. So this is really important, because you can keep going to the gym, you can keep working out really hard and eating really well, getting in sleep and all this sort of stuff, taking super supplements, whatever it may be. But you can get there, but the trick is how do you keep it? How do you stay it? How do you make it stick, right? So like building your fitness, building your health, or what have you, it takes strategy and it takes dedication, of course, but it also takes a sense of confidence within yourself to maintain it. That's very, very important. So when you are around somebody that is speaking down onto you, that is going to affect you, whether you know it or not. Again, hurt people hurt people. Now, if you feel like you're feeling drained by being around certain people, you feel like they're stressing you out, they're not really encouraging you, you don't really see any benefit from being around this person or persons, that is your sign to distance yourself from this person. Okay, your gut, your intuition was given to you for a reason, and you need to listen to that side of your being, because it's trying to protect you from something that's going to threaten your existence or threaten your potential. There is a thing, as I talk about in one of my previous videos, protecting your spirit, that you need to protect who you are and your spirit, because if you don't, you're going to be more vulnerable, so to speak, to something that has the power to do so. Okay, so that's number one. Identify what kind of people that you are surrounding yourself with, whether it be music, physically, like people in your space, or maybe you're maybe at a gym where people are kind of looking down onto you or whatever. And be conscious of how that's affecting you. Try to sit with yourself and identify, why are you telling yourself you can't go to the gym? Or why are you telling yourself you can't lose 5 pounds? Or why are you telling yourself that you can't get healthy? Okay, these are very important, because if you have those self-limiting beliefs, you will never accomplish what it is that you want if you continue to self-sabotage. Now, one of the beautiful things of being around somebody that talks down onto you, or maybe you had an upbringing where somebody was really abusive towards you, one of the beautiful things and the outcomes from that is that you can actually use that to help you get better and to advance yourself to a new level. Okay, we all experience different things in our life through people, through circumstances that maybe doubted us, that maybe put things in our mind to believe that we weren't worth or we weren't going to amount to anything. But we eventually get to a point in our life as adults where we can make that choice to change the direction of our life. So, for example, for me, when I grew up a dancer and a soccer player, very competitive, and still am very competitive, just in a different area now. But the thing is that people often think that, oh, well, I just kind of fell into fitness and fell into lifting and stuff like that, and it's actually false. So I really wanted to get abs. I really wanted to, be lean. I've always been pretty petite, but I knew that I had to work for it. So I, had these thoughts in my mind where it was conflicting with what it is that I wanted, and it conflicted with my desires. And I would, kind of sabotage what it is that I was going through things like sweets and cookies and stuff because I love cookies. But I overcame that when I realized that I am willing to go through the pain of discipline, because I know that the pain of discipline will always outweigh the pain of regret than if I don't do what I need to do to get to where I want to go. Okay. Now I was around people, quote unquote friends or whatever that I thought were my friends, but they actually weren't my friends. And that also affected me, but I eventually used fitness and my lifting to kind of cater all that frustration, that anger, that resentment into something greater than me, so I can produce something positive from that. And as a result, now I'm a competitor in powerlifting and getting into bodybuilding, those sort of things. But I say all this to elaborate on the fact that I used that past and that difficult things in my life to propel myself forward, to be better and to make something out of myself. It's not something that I just sat and just did nothing. I worked very, very hard to produce what it is that I wanted. I saw it in my mind, I felt it in my heart, and I backed that up with a lot of action. And that's why I have the confidence today to make these videos, to say the arrogant and confident things that I say. And but I am proof, and there are many people, people like Eminem. Eminem, he's pretty successful rapper. He talks in some of his videos about like his past, and that difficult past helped mold him into the professional or the celebrity, whatever, that he is today. So if you had a bad past, you can actually use that as an advantage. You have an advantage over somebody that maybe had a little bit of a more of a cushiony past. Okay, so think of it like this: if you came from money, and if you're not as successful or you don't surpass your parents' success in money, that's kind of not a good thing. I would think. However, if you didn't come from money and your parents didn't have the finances to put you through things, you can use that as a reason to go out and make as much money as you can, because you know what it's like to not have money. Okay? Fitness, same thing. Maybe you grew up around people that weren't healthy. Maybe you grew up around people that didn't care about their appearance, that didn't invest in their aesthetics, and that's something that you desire deeply. You have to get to that point where you have to want it so bad that it's like almost wanting to breathe. It's like almost like your desire to having oxygen. Like you have to go and make this work, otherwise you will never accomplish and see what it is that you want in your life flourish. Okay, but going back to what I said earlier, hurt people. Okay, so people that are not hurt, they're not going to try to bring you down. They're not going to dim your light. They're not going to sabotage you and manipulate you, trick you into thinking and believing something. But more specifically, they're not going to try to dim your light. I'm very big on this: confidence, and it may be a little bit arrogance, but if you are aware of that, you're not like overly like arrogant where you see past like things. But the point is that you have the confidence to propel yourself and to do what it is that you see yourself doing. That's so powerful, and you need to be very careful of who you let in your life, and if they're trying to bring you back down to earth, if that's what they say. I'm trying to bring you back down to earth, or I'm trying to help you not be so cocky. I'm trying to help you not be so ambitious. I'm trying to help you not be so arrogant. If you hear somebody like saying these things in your life, run far away. Because if you have this desire, this ambition, this drive, this desire to go and pursue what you want, this person in your life is stopping you, whether you know it or not. And you may be thinking, oh, well, they're my friend. Okay, well, if they were really your friend, then they wouldn't be saying this in the first place. Because a real friend wants to see you succeed. A real friend wants to uplift you. A real friend will encourage you. A real friend will help put you in check. Now, that's different. They'll help put you in check of what's going on, but they're not going to dim your light. There's a very big difference, actually. Very big difference. Okay? Constructive criticism, and then actively trying to dim your light and trying to tell you to stop being so confident, stop being so, like, over the top. There's a big difference. And this can happen in romantic relationships, too. If a man feels threatened by the woman, or if the woman feels threatened by the man, either or woman to woman, whatever, they're going to want to, if they want to kind of bring you down, so to speak, bring you down to their level, they're going to start to say things like what I just mentioned. So be very careful of that, okay? And again, hurt people hurt people, okay? If you're a happy person, you're not going to go around trying to hurt people. Typically, unhappy people, people that don't have things working out in their favor, people that aren't, working towards something, or they're jealous or what have you, they're going to try to put that on you so that now they feel better about themselves. And it's up to you to call those people out, not like literally or figuratively, but more so to acknowledge it in your mind, and then for you to make a decision that if you really want to propel yourself forward, you are who you surround yourself with. So if you want to propel yourself forward and have more things in your life, you can't be around these people that are trying to bring you down and dim your light. You are who you surround yourself with. So if you want to be better, do better, then you need to be around people that are also achieving that, whether it be through the internet and maybe in meetup groups, maybe through family. And there's nothing wrong with distancing yourself from circumstances, from people that are holding you back. Because these self-limiting beliefs, these thoughts, and these occurrences that you have in your mind are going to affect you whether you know it or not. Subscribe to the best YouTube channel ever. And main takeaway is hurt people hurt people. If you want something, go get it. Write down your goals. And you need to focus and acknowledge your self-limiting beliefs. Acknowledge what it is that you're telling yourself why you can't have this. I can't have six-pack abs because answer the blank. Answer the fill in the blank. I can't work out because fill in the blank. If your doctor told you you have to go work out because you're going to die tomorrow and you can't see your kids or whatever, or you can't take care of XYZ, you can't hang with your dog anymore, how will you respond to that? Okay, are you going to react or are you going to forecast? Okay, successful people and people that want to win and do more in their life, they know how to forecast. They know how to plan for the storm that's ahead of them. Okay, because every new level that you achieve in life and fitness, there's always a new devil. There's always something that you're going to always have to overcome to keep getting better.